Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen news. It is the 2nd of October. We've got all the updates from last week. We've got Evocati 3.18 soon. It's been delayed a little bit. Let's talk about that. CitizenCon is next week, so that's pretty hype. And we've got various other development updates all for you today. From the Star Citizen newsletter, get ready for Digital CitizenCon on Saturday the 8th of October. We're sharing loads of exciting content, including development updates, announcements, giveaways, and more, all on Twitch. So that's going to be on the Star Citizen Twitch. We'll see you there. CitizenCon starts at 3 PM UTC. There's lots of panels throughout the day. Check it out if you want to watch it live, but there will be videos available after that CitizenCon has ended, so each of the panels should be available as separate videos. Alpha 3.18 still isn't out to Evocati. Basically, Cloud Imperium have said, not yet, but soon. This was due to some blockers and testing that needed to be done before Evocati would be needed to test persistent entity streaming. No point in them testing anything if all of their data would be totally invalid because they hadn't finished sort of fixing a blocker. We will also have the Day of Vara 2952 later this month, which is Halloween in Star Citizen. Previous years, we've seen some unlocks you could get in-game, as well as outfit skins and other goodies all available throughout the sort of Halloween event. This week's sneak peek was of what appears to be a large Banu ship weapon, so maybe this is for the Banu Merchantman, and they're getting closer and closer to being able to show more and more of it off. In the last Inside Star Citizen, we saw updates to various Alpha 3.18 features that Cloud Imperium had covered over the last few weeks. So we showed these a few weeks ago, and now they've been updated with more stuff. So hull scraping is pretty similar in the Reclaimer and the Vulture in the first implementation, but when they add vehicle munching salvage in the future, the Reclaimer will be able to do that to a much larger scale. You can't salvage through ships' shields. There will be salvage derelict sites that spawn for salvaging, allowing for salvage opportunities without having to resort to combat, because you will be able to obviously salvage ships that are destroyed or disabled. Security Post Korea has had a makeover. Crime stat 1s and 2s can be paid off at fine terminals, and you won't be targeted by security, so that's cool. You can also surrender to those terminals for 20% off your sentence. Pleasure Prison has had a load more gameplay, so NPCs are walking around, there's more danger and new missions. Daymar Crash Site, so this is where the 600i and Mercury Star Runner crash sites are. So there's kill targets and delivery missions there. In the future, they're going to replace the Nine Tails with Sand Nomads there as well. The Siege of Orison platforms, and potentially some more platforms, will be available for new combat missions when the Siege of Orison isn't running. Rivers have seen visual and generation improvements. We're going to see updated rivers on Microtech and Hurston, including cliff edges, and obviously more rivers than we've had before. In Star Citizen Live, The Bot Whisperer, we had AI director Francesco Riccucci. He's been with CIG since 2015, helping develop the AI and core systems there. He's built the AI team at Cloud Imperium by hand and works closely with Tony Zurovic. AI and Subsumption touches on all the AI and dynamic universe tech. They will be vastly improving AI performance in the future. There are problems with more sort of workload on servers and with the AI causing bugs and crashes at the moment. Things like spawn closets allow for easy spawning and despawning of AI when they're not needed, helping reduce AI load, and optimization of that load is key in getting AI functioning well. They want to have a sort of stable 30 ticks, not just with the servers, but with the AI when they're close to players, but they can reduce that AI that is further away from a player or is not currently needed. The Siege of Orison mission can spawn 400 plus NPCs, just as a sort of idea of how much load there is on an area for AI. They are making good progress on AI and NPCs, but they are nowhere near finished for Squadron and Star Citizen. Traits versus needs versus sort of situation will drive NPC actions in any given situation. We've got some responses and more details about concerns on the cargo refactor. This is a expected feature of 3.18, and Cloud Imperium haven't talked about it much in the last few weeks, and it hasn't been shown off in Inside Star Citizens, and it wasn't shown off in the latest Inside Star Citizen. So Disco Lando had previously said in some tweets, the last Inside Star Citizen is new info about features we've previously covered this season that doesn't include the cargo refactor, which we'll discuss next quarter closer to 3.18's release. So there was a follow-up thread to this on Reddit where a user asked, could the devs clarify whether the cargo refactor will or will not be in 3.18, whether they do not know yet, because Jared's tweet is ambiguous. The original poster went on to say, the way it's worded sounds like either, best case, they will release it with 3.18 and just want to reserve an Inside Star Citizen episode for it later in November. Or they don't know yet and they're avoiding stating that they don't know. Or, worst case, they know it won't make it, and then it would be unethical to hold back that information because next week is CitizenCon, and the hype that brings the willingness for players to buy new ships. It would be a great help if devs could confirm the status of Cargo Refactor because Jared appears to have carefully avoided mentioning it in Inside Star Citizen. So Jared has then replied to that. Disco Lando's replied, that episode was a revisit to stories we've already done. We have not done a story on the Cargo Refactor yet, so there wouldn't be any info about the Cargo Refactor in an episode revisiting stories that we've already done. There are 2 to 3 episodes of Inside Star Citizen still left to come after the hiatus and before 3.18 launches. We'll talk about the Cargo Refactor in one of those episodes because we still have episodes for 3.18 content before 3.18 arrives. I wasn't ambiguous, I was just limited to 240 characters. So it does appear, very much so, that Cloud Imperium are planning to release 3.18 live, if possible, by mid-November, and that sort of statement confirms that. And it still looks like the Cargo Refactor is planned for 3.18. Obviously, things like persistence and all that sort of jazz are tied into that, so I'm expecting it as well, but it might not be as glorious as people expect in its first iteration. I'll leave that there until we know a bit more. There was also something I saw, the Babbage Bash at CitizenCon 2952. So there's an unofficial CitizenCon after-party with Atmo Esports, where players and developers will clash and take to the ice to race for ultimate glory, with its roots reaching back to February 2018, when hosting the first Daymar Rally. Atmo Esports has grown into a well-known pillar of the Star Citizen competitive community. Since then, Atmo has expanded from the annual Daymar Rally to include the Hurston Hurt Locker Battle Royale event, the Ground Racing League Stanton 7, and the 2v2 PvP tournament Fight or Flight. So after CitizenCon on the 8th of October, if you go to the Atmo Esports Twitch channel, they're going to be doing some live streaming there, and you'll probably be able to get involved with some silliness at Microtech, New Babbage there. Also, if you're looking for like watch parties and stuff, I know Salty Mike and Moist Noodle are going to be doing a watch party for CitizenCon. I'll try and join them for part of their live stream as well, even if it's just to say hi or give my sort of opinions on some of the stuff we've seen throughout the day. But yeah, check those out if you are interested. If you're not, then no worries. Boom! That's it for this week's news recap. I am mega hype for CitizenCon. You can check out the channel for a load of CitizenCon videos next week too. We'll be breaking down those sort of panels, summarizing them, but also potentially elaborating on them and expanding them out to what they mean for other features and content. But what do you think? Are you going to be watching CitizenCon live? Or are you just going to watch the videos later? Or do you prefer summaries and breakdowns? What are you hoping to see at CitizenCon? Will Cloud Imperium get 3.18 out to live by mid-November? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. NordCon 2952, the road to Nord 4.0. What do you want out of nordvpn.com/BoredGamer? Nord base building? Nord hunting 2.0? A dynamic Nordonomy? I'm personally looking forward to the latest Nord cruiser. In the meantime, I'm going to make do with NordVPN protecting my data from insidious space pirates and giving me unrivaled access to all the content that the internet has to offer. Use the links below. Note, NordCon 2952 does not actually exist. Also adding to my shill pile, Tobii Eye Tracker 5 gives you precise head tracking and control with your eyes. That's the sound of my eyes controlling the lasers, giving you unprecedented immersion in Star Citizen. You can basically aim lasers with your eyes. Pew pew! Use the links below and code BoredGamer for discount. Every month we have a ship giveaway for Star Citizen. For October, we're giving away a Cutlass Black with pirate skin, lifetime insurance, and Star Citizen game package. All you need to jump into the game. Just comment on any of my videos made during October to be in for a chance of winning that. If you would like to further support the channel, please consider becoming a channel member with the join button below my videos, or potentially becoming a Patreon. You'll get access to some exclusive content, and it really helps the channel out. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video, and have a great October.